Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Good morning, Amanda.
Morning, Aim. How are you?
I'm okay. Last night I was laying in bed and Timmy drifted off as he always does.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching my shows and I was like, I had Karen Reed on.
Ah, yes.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to put on Dying for Sex.
Right.
And then I realized I don't know if I could watch the last two episodes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that sad for me. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm like,
Okay.
ugh.
Okay. Well, I told Todd we had to watch it at your behest.
Yeah.
We finally watched Lalu last night.
Oh.
Finally got to it.
Oh, it's getting good, right?
Oh, God.
How about Joey and Michael?
Okay. I said to Todd last night as we were during cuddle time, I was like, this is a peak Lalu crowd we got going on here. We got people having sex next to porta potties in hospital beds and homes.
You mean piss buckets?
Oh God, that was so disgusting. Anyway, the fact that he said, "Can I put it in you?" I'm like, "Oh God, okay, okay, here we are."
Boy.
The only couple I care about are Michael and Joey, and actually, the only person I care about is Joey.
Yeah, that's pretty much where Becca and I are at this point.
Yeah, I have to listen to you guys because I haven't listened to you yet because I wanted to watch, obviously. I'm terrified for Joey, and
I know.
And here's the thing: I think Joey knows he needs to get the fuck away, but he doesn't want to because he's so codependent, and he loves him, but he in his heart he knows.
I have a theory that I rolled out on this latest episode, so you would have heard it by now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they make it past day one because all the scenes we see of them in the coming up are at this hotel.
Oh, I hope they don't make it past day one.
Yeah,
I really
don't. Think they do.
I mean, I don't think Michael's going to get through 24 hours without using. I really don't.
What we're seeing is his skin is literally crawling. Like he is.
I have a ton of empathy for Michael.
I do too.
I have a ton of empathy for him. I just want him to get the fuck away from Joey because Joey's sobriety is hanging on by a thread.
Yes.
And this guy is the guy who has the perfect scissors for him.
Yep.
And it just breaks my heart.
It's a good season.
Yeah, as much as when I mentioned to my pottery friends and I said, there's the show Love After Lockup, and one of the women was like, wait, that's a show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I had to explain that. But really, at the end of the day, as was it Brittany or Marcelino said, this is a story about recidivism.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole show is a story about addiction.
This whole show is a story about poverty, too.
Yeah. Poverty, addiction, and mental health.
And I think that's why I love it so much is because I kind of grew up around people like this. Mm-hmm. A lot of the people that I grew up with are in jail, dead. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, like I understand, like when I see these families and stuff, I totally get it. These are families I grew up with. Yeah. So it's so interesting to me. And, you just kind of, you hope for each one. Mm-hmm. You're like, come on, you got this.
I mean, sometimes I don't root for the couples, but I'm rooting for most of them.
Sometimes you don't root for them because, like Brooke and JK, come on.
I'm not rooting for these two. I'm not rooting for the Ashley Julius.
Julius is
Alexa,
a total trash person.
He's terrible. Mm-hmm. And is it Ashley who looks like 17 different people?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not really rooting for her. I am. Who was I just gonna say? I'm really curious to see what happens with Will and Courtney. I don't think she's going to ever bang him.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with people like Will. I just want to put that out there.
Okay. I don't think Courtney's ever going to bang him. I think she's going to get through the first night and he's going to understand.
Yeah.
And then she's going to put him off. Not today. And it's going to become months and then it's not going to go good.
And it's interesting too, right? Because on this latest episode, he's like, I have all these sex toys, I have these the shibari ropes, I have the butt plugs, I'm ready. I don't think men understand that women, that can come off as very aggressive to many women. Yes. Not all women. Some women are great with that. But women, especially women with sexual trauma in their past, that is very aggressive.
It is very aggressive.
And it's scary.
It is scary.
And
he's a lot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't think he's a scary guy.
I don't either. But
I can see how that can feel scary.
Yeah. Like I that would really bother me. I
Mhm.
would be like, I don't feel safe or comfortable
I
here.
don't
You know what
know
I mean?
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've never met
No.
until they
No.
met on the side of the road.
So I think when he comes at her with that sexual energy,
It's gonna be too
it's gonna
much.
be a turn off for her.
I
That's my
agree.
opinion.
I agree. I agree.
It's a fascinating show though. I
It's a
love it so
great show.
much.
I do
Yeah.
too. I
Yeah.
do
It's
too. I'm
so
happy we're
interesting.
here.
Yeah. Can we talk real quick about Shekinah sisters?
Sure. I would
Whoa.
like you to what do
Whoa.
you need to say about Shekinah sisters?
Whoa. Is okay, all right. Amy's gonna go into the world of pop culture. Everybody get ready. Because I'm treading water. I have my little life preserver on and
Okay,
I'm
let's
jumping into the shallow end.
okay,
Okay.
where are we going? Because I too might drown with you in the shallow end, but we're gonna
Okay.
do this together. I have
Who's
you have me.
who's the guy that does the Fortnite duet with Taylor Swift? Post Malone.
Okay, yes, I know who he is.
Okay.
Yes.
Shekinah's sister's boyfriend looks like broke down Post Malone.
There is a broke down Post Malone-esque quality to this guy. He's something else. All as I said, I made a little ditty about, wow, this is what happens when we don't resolve childhood trauma.
These
This band of merriment comes walking
okay,
at you.
the one sister shows up, she is reality gaze TM, black and white cookie.
Yeah, she is black and white cookie.
The other sister is tattooed on every
Within
inch
an
of
inch
her
of her
body,
life.
including her belly. Ouch.
I don't understand it.
Oof. God, that had to hurt.
Uh,
And like it's elaborate.
do belly tattoos hurt more than any? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I just feel like that's a sensitive part.
I
I
would,
feel like
from
that
what
would
I
hurt.
understand, is that if it goes over bones or veins, that's what hurts the most. So your belly, in a
Mm,
sense, is free of those things.
okay.
Also, just coming back to Lalu real quick, I did clock that JK has tattoos of Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and Benjamin Franklin.
In the E pluribus unum,
Oh,
uh,
oh, e pluribus unum
yeah,
too. Good. Okay.
the
Mm.
pyramid. Mhm.
Oh, he loves America.
Well, I think it's about money.
I'm sure it is
Yeah,
about money
and
because he wants the Benjamins and
I
stuff.
said to
But
Becca, I said, "He 100% thinks Benjamin Franklin was a president."
oh, yeah, absolutely does. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Ace Fanning also would think Ben Franklin was a president. So I don't know. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ace, love you. You know I'm
yeah.
right.
But these sisters, they show up, they look like okay, you know what they look like? They look like extras in Stevie Nicks band. They look like a coven.
They do. They look like if a
They're
coven and
witchy
Kardashians.
woman. The Eagles song, that's
Yes,
written about these women.
they look like a coven and the Kardashians had babies and then
Yes.
got real trashy.
And no one is
And
wearing what
that's
I
where we went.
my new saying is no one's wearing their birth face. Nobody.
No one's wearing the face they came with. The face the good Lord gave them.
Oh, man.
Well,
Wow.
let's go. Let's go
Wow.
with
Okay.
these. Let's go with these fools.
All right. 90 Day
Again,
Fiancé.
it is
Go
this
ahead.
whole season just going to be every episode Sarper meets another animal?
I'm into it.
I'm fine with it.
I'm into it. I'm
I'm
into
fine
it.
with it.
So Mina, no. 90 Day Fiancé, season 11, episode 10, Where Did Our Love Go? And this is the description from TLC. Mina meets up with Mark's ex.
Mhm.
Amani confesses to Matt that Ani loves her more. Joan offends Greg's mom. Sarper and Shekinah arrive in Montana to meet her sisters. Juan struggles with dad duties, and Mahdi has a surprise for Stevie.
Okay. All
Okay.
of these things are true.
Sarper and Shekinah. So they're heading to Montana to meet the family, and Sarper has his mustache and he's ready. Now, what do you think of this mustache?
I don't tend to be a mustache
I'm not a
person.
fan.
Oh, I kind of like it.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
kind of like it on him.
And he's doing the fake gray now, it feels like. He's trying to do salt and pepper, but it feels like that gray might be fake.
I don't know. Or maybe he's enhancing something that's already
Mm-hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like he's got jet black hair and we're painting in all white, but we
Mm-hmm.
might be enhancing some of the white.
I just feel like, and I don't say this about a lot of men, Sarper's pretty fine just the way he is. Like, just leave it go. Don't mess with it. What are you doing? I'm usually a fan of the salt and pepper. That's why I say I
Right.
don't say this about most
Yeah.
men.
I like the
But
salt and
like,
pepper
I
too.
think he's trying to look salt and pepper.
Maybe. I don't know. My heart has softened so much to
I know I
Sarper.
love him to death.
I
I'm
love
trying to
him.
get him on the show. This is my new thing.
Oh, is it?
I need to
Okay.
interview him. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, let's make it happen.
We need to talk to Sarper.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we got to talk to Sarper?
I want to know all about that book. Where is it? So they get into the airport in Whitefish, Montana, and Sarper's stunned by all the mounts.
Mhm.
And he calls a moose a goose.
Just very cute.
Very cute. Now we learn that when Shekinah was 16, they moved from the Amish life to Montana to what it sounds like is an off-grid type house
Yeah.
situation. They
She
had
had a these girls had a horrible childhood.
yeah, they had no electric, gravity-fed water. She says she survived. Now, if you have to survive your childhood,
It's not good.
it's trauma.
No, I survived middle school. I didn't survive
Yeah.
my childhood.
Yeah. But they chose a very different life.
Yeah.
She kind of gives him a cowboy hat and he says, "Oh my God, you make me fantasy. Yeehaw." And he says, "If someone told me 2 years ago I'd be wearing a cowboy hat in Montana, I would tell them go fuck themselves." Now they're going for some equine therapy
Mhm.
and they are going to see her sisters. So Sarper admits, like, I fucked up last time. Oh, wait, I'm doing Florian. I
Yeah,
can't I
wrong
can't
accent.
do him without Florian.
I understand. So don't worry.
Florian, you are just in me.
Wow. Wow. Okay, JK. And Brooke. Okay. Yikes. Okay.
I can't do it.
That's
It's
okay.
I'm gonna go into
Don't try.
Florian no matter what. Okay. So he fucked this up last time. He says if a horse helps me to take anxiety off, I'm okay with that. But
Okay.
I have big balls and I hope my balls don't get hurt here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
So the best is the equine trainers are like, okay, so what horse are you drawn to? And she kind of's
Mhm.
like, I really like that black horse with the white boots. Like he's really cute.
Mhm.
And Sarper goes, I like the brown one. She's more miserable. I love that. Well, Sarper, if you love miserable looking things, come on over.
Come
I'm
on.
I'm right up your alley because I'm sad and crying in my tub most of the time. So we see a lot of cute dogs. I think they're Australian Shepherd dogs.
Yeah.
I think they're
This
very
whole
cute.
situation was very cute. I was here for
Yep.
this.
Sarper tells the camera it was a test for me. I was gentle, not aggressive, and I need to be the same way with your sisters, he says to Shekinah.
Mhm.
He knows he has to prove himself here, and she says, "This is your fault. Your actions got you here, and you need to take responsibility for yourself."
Okay.
Okay. I just wrote, Shekinah's family is wild. They show up, they roll up, and I have here Stevie Nicks should be walking in front of them because that's what it looks like.
These folks look like a motley crew, not like the band Motley Crue, but
Mm-mm.
they look like a truly motley crew.
Yeah, they look like a like out of the 70s Fleetwood Mac or Aerosmith, like just coming out of with those witchy looks.
Mhm.
So one has black.
And not a face that came with them
No,
naturally.
no. One has black and white cookie hair, TM reality gaze.
Mhm.
She kind of tells us she is the eldest of 6 and
Wow.
3 are meeting with her. She wishes that there was more of an unconditional love between her siblings. But they're very protective and I wrote one's boyfriend looks like Post Malone. One looks like a brunette version of Darcy Silva. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot happening here. The Post Malone guy, though, because of the yellow sunglasses, also has a Bono-esque quality. It's like if Post Malone and Bono had a baby, we might get that guy.
And then I
And
wrote,
I love
okay.
Bono, so
Okay, so they've all embraced cosmetic surgery. That's fine.
that's
That's
fine.
fine. None of them is wearing their birth face. We got Shariah, Ziana, and Mariah. Okay.
This family did not meet an Aya name they didn't love.
They didn't meet a tattoo artist they didn't love. I have screenshots. I'll be using them in social, but
Okay.
you need to kind of see this for yourself.
It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. Amy, as she's doing her notes yesterday, just sending me screenshots of these people, and I'm like, "What is happening here?"
Now, I feel like if this family accepted Post Malone over here, broke down Post Malone. I like Post Malone, so this is broke down Post Malone.
Yes, yes.
If the family accepted this guy, Sarper should be no problem.
Sarper, I'm not going to say Sarper hasn't had some work done. I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
Also, did you see somebody pointed out that he seems to contour his belly with his chest hair? He seems
No.
to shave his hair in such a
No.
way that it helps contour his belly. But like I said, I'm sure he's had some work done, but not this level.
No.
No.
I will admit, when I was watching this, I'm like, I almost can't wait to hear Matt and Jake talk about these people.
I can't wait either.
So
It's like
Sarper
anytime
says,
there's great, crazy plastic surgery, like Muppet-ish plastic surgery, I like to hear from Jake and Matt. Anytime there's
yes,
really dirty sex stuff, I wanna hear from Mary Payne
yes,
because
yes, that makes total sense.
yes, yes.
So Sarper says he feels like an inmate going to an execution. It is Shekinah times 3, he says. Sarper says, you guys are so full of tattoos. I feel so innocent.
Mm. Well, you fucked
Mm,
2,500 people, so I'm not sure how innocent you are, dude.
and you might not want to start off with an insult.
Right?
Just saying.
I don't think he can help but insult people.
Oh, it goes wrong real
It's
quick.
real
Okay, so
bad.
he's like, he tells them he met Sophie. He says she kind of could be possessive, but she has no reason not to trust me. He asks if they have geisha vibes, like she kind of doesn't. I'm like, back away,
But
dude, back away. What are you doing?
Sarper,
Stop.
Sarper, Sarper, come closer,
Back away.
honey. Come closer, honey. Sarper, honey, come here. I mean, I realize this is in the past and I can't help you. This ship has sailed. But just answer their questions with as few words as possible.
Just don't talk.
Say less.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to say less of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it will help.
Well, the sisters are like, what are you talking about? Geisha vibes. And he's like everything is done in the house and she serves me. And the sisters are like, ew. I called them the sisters tattoo. The sisters tattoo are like, ew.
The sisters of the tattoo. The sisters of the flying tattoo.
He says he does not like when she speaks her mind. And the sisters are like, he just rubs you the wrong way. I don't know
Yeah.
what else to say.
Yeah, it's bad.
Now he's trying to say that what he's trying to say is that Shekinah has changed and he has changed with her and grown, but he like bumbles it. And
Right.
he's like Shekinah change and I don't like it, but like he's fucking this all up. And he tells
Yeah.
the camera, it's like you misturned for bridge and you can't go back. He's like, this is going real wrong.
Oh, he can see it going off the rails and he has no idea how to get it back on.
I know. It's bad. I'm going to knock out Mark and Mina and then we'll do
Okay.
Mahdi and Stevie.
Okay. Sounds good.
So Mina's meeting with Jade. Jade is beautiful.
She's beautiful. Both of these women are beautiful. Though I have to say something about Mina. She's, we've talked about her. We enjoy her. She's very elegant. We love when she just speaks very angrily in French in her talking heads.
Mm-hmm.
Her nail polish is super chipped up, which just doesn't
that
work
would be
with
me.
That would be me too. It doesn't work with the rest of her aesthetic.
Right.
Because she's so perfectly coiffed. She's so elegant. She's so like intentional with how she dresses, but her nails are all chipped up. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
I've noticed it a couple times. So it's not like, who amongst us hasn't had the experience of like the one chip nail, even when you're trying real hard?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, all I know is I love Jade's glasses.
I like Jade's glasses too. I liked everything about Jade.
Mm-hmm. Mina says, Mark told me he broke up with you. And Jade says, no.
Mm-mm.
I broke up with him because he was moving to Boston and I didn't want to move there.
Okay.
And she said, after we broke up, we, tried the long distance thing a little bit, but it just wasn't working. Mm-hmm. Jade doesn't seem to be able to confirm if the timelines overlap, which is what Mina is
really looking for.
Jade says, look, I'm in a relationship. I have absolutely no feelings for Mark. I'm not interested. And he has never reached out to me to get back together with me since he met you.
Right. So everything's fine.
Yeah. She tells Mina about the iPad, how the messages were coming in. And he was telling an old friend of his that he wanted to take her to Martha's Vineyard and that it was uncomfortable. But it doesn't sound like Jade, like the messages weren't like, I want to fuck you in the ass. Like it wasn't like, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Leo. Usually it's me that dirtiness comes out of, not you. Wow.
The messages weren't like, sorry, I'll clean it up. Okay, here's the PG version. The messages weren't like, hey, babe, I want to put my P in your V. It wasn't like that. It was not like that. It was like, I want to take you to Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
Okay. So Jade warns Mina, watch out for Mark's mother. She's way too involved.
Yes, which confirms what we were thinking. Nana is cleaning up Mark's life left,
Yep.
right, and center.
Yep. I wonder if they didn't put it on camera, but I wonder if Jade said, "Also watch out for Jordan."
Maybe. I kinda
Yeah.
hope she did
Yeah.
because
Because she kind of
Jordan
then
needs to be watched out for.
backed the lens up and was saying, "Watch out for the family."
Mhm.
So Mina tells Jade about the prenup, and Jade tells the camera Mina is in for a long road with that family. If they don't
Mhm.
like someone, good luck.
Yeah, and they don't like her.
Mm-mm. Mina goes home and she tells Mark what was said, and she seems okay with it, and they seem okay.
Yeah, they seem fine.
Yeah. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. All right, Mahdi and Stevie, the heart of the season.
These 2 are so sweet.
Yes, they are.
So Stevie and Mahdi are recording a video for their English learning business. So if you guys haven't, go get the Over to Pink Shade and listen to the interview with Stevie. It was great.
I didn't listen yet.
It was good. Stevie's audio was not great. And
Okay.
I'm sure that was as I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is driving Mary Payne crazy because the audio was not great. But it was great. Stevie is lovely, just as we thought she would be. They talked a lot of Mississippi stuff, which was great. But
Okay.
so when these 2 met, they actually worked together for a while doing English lessons together. And
Mm.
they were friends working together before any romance happened. They've known each
Okay.
other for a long time.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's it isn't just like, he fell in love with his English tutor and now we're doing it. Like he's
Yeah,
been
it's like a
teaching English.
genuine relationship
It's a genuine
emerged. Yeah.
friendship
Yeah.
first and then they fell in love.
Yeah.
So and he says he's happy to revisit how they got close because he's going to repropose today. So he
Mm.
was trying to rekindle some of the magic because it's been a little challenging because he's a little homesick and every time he mentions that she loses her shit. So he's telling her to pack and to wear something casual. She says she's scared. And he's telling her, Do whatever I tell you to do." And she's like, "I'm a control freak planner and I don't like this." And
Yeah.
I see her and she sees me and I'd be going nuts if Todd was like, "Just pack something."
Oh, I would love it.
Oh,
I
what
would love
what am
it.
I packing? What do I need? What things do I need? I'd need a lot of detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not good at that. And he begins joking as they're driving that they're actually going to California. He says, "We'll be driving for 3 days."
I'm like, "Okay."
And he says if they do, she's like, "I will leave you there. We're not going to
Mm.
California." And he's like, "Fine, then I'll go back to Iran." And of course, she's
Ugh.
taking it too seriously. Girl,
Yeah.
this guy is
Well, she says, though, "What would you do if I left you there?" Like,
I'd
she
go back to Iran.
prompts it.
She does.
Yeah. So,
She's
like
baiting him into this.
yeah. Yeah.
And girl, he is goo goo for gaga pants over you.
Mhm.
He's
Mhm.
not going anywhere. He is so into her.
And he's so hot.
He
Like,
is
just let it
so
happen,
hot.
girl.
He's so sweet. Like, just don't do it. She's just so terrified he's gonna leave her.
Yeah.
And she says they've always understood each other. And then right now they're really struggling. And if he isn't marrying her for the right reasons, she won't marry him. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now Mahdi is super excited. And now Stevie is scared because of the things he said that he might want to go back. And
Mhm.
he wants to get back her trust with a proposal. And he says, this might be my only shot at this. So they're driving. And all of a sudden she realizes where they are. They're in a town called Ocean Springs, which looks fucking adorable.
It does look really cute. I looked it up. Yeah.
Really, really cute.
It's on the Gulf of America.
So it's on the Gulf of Mexico. That's good. And she says she's always wanted to go here and she feels bad for kind of being a bitch to begin with. These 2 are cute together. They're cuddling on the bed and they're going to
Yeah.
change and go explore because Mahdi has a plan. And so he has been planning for how to propose after watching a lot of YouTube videos
Oh, he's so cute.
about how to do it.
Yep.
And he thinks the whole thing is cringe, but he knows that she wants it. So he's going to do it for her.
Yeah, doesn't he say, like, he feels that the man is subservient when he has to get
Yes.
down on the
The
knee? It's
knee.
almost like getting knighted.
Yes.
I thought that
Yes.
was pretty funny.
And when he does it, he's like, all I could hear in my head was cringe, 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 cringe. He's so cute. And Stevie, I said, Stevie is such a control freak, and I understand her.
Mhm.
And they get to the beach and they go to walk on the sand. He starts telling her how much he loves her, and he's 100% sure about marrying her and being with her. And She makes him promise that he's sure, and then there's a small little altar with a "Marry Me" sign and petals and a heart.
Yeah, this
I
was
don't
quite elaborate.
he someone helped him with this. I don't
Yeah,
know if it was a producer
probably
or
production,
probably
I'm thinking.
production, but he gets down on one knee, proposes. There's a whole group of people working out on the beach doing yoga or some shit, and they're all cheering for them. It's great.
Okay.
Stevie cries, and in the talking head, she says she's really just wanted another ring, and he could have just given her the another ring, but she's glad he went overboard.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
cute. They're fine.
Listen,
They're at
I'm
51 days. Again, Sean and Aaliyah are on, like, day 4. These guys are at 51 days.
I'm never not gonna let my partner do something nice for me.
Okay.
Let it happen.
See,
Let it happen.
I will most likely fight it, which is why I'm in therapy. Okay.
Oh, I have therapy today. I can't wait.
I
I
have
need to
therapy on Saturday, and Lord, I cannot wait. Woo!
need to talk about my sobbing that's been happening. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to just talk about life.
Ugh, all right. Here we go. Greg and Joan.
This motherfucker, I hate him so
Oh
much.
my
Go home,
god.
Joan. Do better than this guy.
It's the it's the day of the interview and Greg's two moms are getting him all dressed like a big boy.
This guy is such a fucking man child.
She needs to run. I think she's still here.
I think
Somebody
she's still here
brought up
too.
a good point. Was one of our BDFs, one of our listeners who we call backdoor friends. If you're not in Facebook group, get in there
Yeah.
or Discord.
Or Discord,
Um,
yes.
and they brought up a good point that most of the time these people get married, we've almost never seen that they
It's
don't.
next to never.
Yeah, so they're gonna get married.
Probably,
Yeah.
unfortunately. She
So
needs to go right back to Uganda.
he tells the camera, "This job is more along my wheelhouse." Nope.
Nope, in my
Nope.
wheelhouse, dude,
Nope.
but okay.
I want to recommend Timmy had me listen to it the other day. You know Dan Cummings, the guy like
Yes.
who does Time Suck?
Mhm.
He had an episode, it was a
Business, business, business.
yes, he had a short episode out about idioms and where they come
Oh,
from.
okay.
It was really fun and
Okay, I
really
love
interesting
that.
to listen
I
to.
like
I
that
love
kinda
that
stuff.
kind of stuff. Yep.
Like I said, I if I had college to do all over again, I would 100% take a why can't I think of the word now?
Linguistics?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Linguistics class, because I find
Yeah.
linguistics fascinating.
Yep, me too. So he says there's carpentry involved, some light plumbing, and he's
It's a
confident he can
maintenance
do
guy.
this work.
It's a maintenance guy, which is a
So
great job. No
yeah,
shade to that.
he leaves and Lucille and Joan are all alone.
Oh god.
And Lucille tells the camera Joan is doing great. I mean,
Mhm.
she actually cleans the bathroom, which is something my little Greggy Poo would never do.
Right, because he can't handle that because he's a man in his mid-30s.
God.
God. The
Now,
weaponized incompetence of this
yep,
guy.
yep.
Ugh.
Lucille has a project, Amanda, that they're going to do together.
Yes. We're
They're going to
gonna
go
call it the
through
sock dating game is what I call it.
they're going to go through the mismatched sock bin, which this is bizarre. And there are like I have mismatched socks, don't get me
Yes.
wrong, but I don't have a bin that I'm inviting my daughter's boyfriend over to go through with me.
No, but
No,
also, to be fair, your daughter's boyfriend doesn't live with you.
true.
And you also don't have to film a scene, and you need something to do while you're
There's
doing it.
just something weird about going through other people's socks. I don't know. Feels weird.
Greg and his mother are fucking weird, that's why.
Yeah. So they talk about her family trying to come here for the wedding, and I guess they're like in the middle of the process. And
Yeah.
Lucille is kind of like, I hope you're feeling comfortable here. What can I do to make you feel more comfortable here? And Joan
This
says,
conversation starts off well.
yeah. Joan says, you are kind and you are loving. And, but I do miss like the food from Uganda and also our privacy.
I have to say, when she said, "I miss the food," actually, Lucille was the first one. "Do you miss the food?" And she's like, "Yes, I really miss the food and the
Hmm.
culture." And Lucille seemed to very much like, I bet you really, I
Yeah.
bet you do.
Yeah.
She's not
Started off
upset by that.
fine.
Yeah. But then Joan wants privacy, which I actually don't think Joan said anything wrong here.
I do.
Okay.
I think it's the way she said it,
It's the way she said it, but I think
which
it's a
could be a
cultural
cultural
thing.
difference.
I think it's a cultural difference.
But at first I was like, oh, maybe it's just like kind of a language barrier. But Joan tells the camera, no, I'm direct and I
Yeah.
say what I want.
Yeah. No,
It's like,
Joan is
okay.
Joan
Okay.
Joan is probably has the best English of well, maybe except Mahdi, but like the best English of everybody,
Yeah.
the non-Americans on this season.
So Joan
I mean,
says, you're
Juan's pretty
always
good too.
home and I think you should go out more.
Mm.
And Lucille's real offended. And Joan tells the camera, yeah, I'm direct and I'm thankful for Lucille's hospitality, but she has made it easier for Greg to stay home.
That is true.
And Lucille is like, well, that's a little offensive. I mean, this is my house. And Joan is like, yeah, I know it's your house and we're the intruders here.
Yeah, she at least
I agree. My only problem with this is that she needs to say this to Greg.
yes, this is a conversation to have with Greg, not
Yes.
with his mother.
Right. Exactly. The mother's unbearable. She's
Oh god.
overbearing. She
Yes.
babies this guy, whatever.
She's created this nightmare.
Greg needs to walk out the door.
Yeah. Grow up,
Bottom
Greg.
line. So mom immediately says, of course, I'm going to need to talk to my little Gregory about this.
I hate that I drive the same car he does. It really bothers me.
Later, Greg gets home and mom immediately bum rushes him and is like, guess what Joan said to me?
Guess what that bitch said?
She says, I was offended. And Greg is like, oh, I'm so sorry you felt that way, mom. So he does this thing that drives me crazy where he's like, I'm so respectful to you, mom.
Mhm.
Like I guarantee you he doesn't treat her like this. Cause if he really respected his mother, he would clean the fucking house and pay some of the bills. So
Yes.
this is all yip 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 to
Yep.
me. This is all what is the mother son version of pillow talk here?
I don't know. He's paying lip service to this whole
Yeah.
situation.
Yep. So Joan, he goes outside and Joan asks Greg how he did on the test. He's like, I got a 7580. She's like, 7580. And he says, and I think this sentence summarizes Greg's entire personality.
Uh-huh.
Hey, if I got an 80 in school, I'd be happy with that.
Yep.
He is somebody who just does enough to get by.
Just the bare
Just
minimum
gonna
at
do it,
all
and I'm
times.
fine with it.
Mhm.
There's no drive inside this guy.
And I say all the time, I'm a hardcore good enougher. So I understand some of that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes 80 is just fine.
Yep.
But
this
his
is
whole existence is 80 is
he's
just fine.
never gonna try harder. He's
No.
never gonna do more. Nope.
No.
So he brings up the conversation with mom, and Joan says, I kind of wanted to see her reaction. I was testing her patience. Okay.
Joan is a spitfire. I like her.
But I kind of wrote here, like, I think maybe she means I was testing her limits.
Maybe.
I don't know. It was an interesting turn of phrase that I don't think she was using properly.
Probably not.
Like, I don't think Joan had malintent here.
No, I don't think she did either. I think she's very direct. I think there's a cultural aspect to how she talks about things. And I think Lucille sucks.
The reason I thought it might be testing the limits is because she says, I need to know what upsets her.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of felt more in that realm. Yeah. She tells the camera with Greg, the two are together. 2 days before I came, I almost didn't come. And now he takes his mother's side.
Girl.
And that's where we leave them. Yeah.
Are we ready? Oh, no, we've got one more.
We have Jessica and Juan.
Right.
And then we have the throuple.
The throuple. And we're winding up with the throuple, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So the B-roll for these two, for Jessica and Juan, is just tractors and a desolate downtown. And I feel seen.
Yeah, that's where you live.
Where I live.
Yes.
And inside the house, it's just crying children.
Crying children in word art. I was actually trying to count the number of pieces of word art you could just see in like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I lost track at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real bad.
It's bad. Now, I would like to talk about what I call an affront to macaroni and cheese.
Okay, even I knew that was wrong, and I've never made actually, I have made macaroni and cheese, like in a babysitting situation.
Jenny and I, okay, so I told you my mother like pieced out when we were teens.
Right. Stop cooking and stop momming.
We had to cook for ourselves, and we were often cooking Kraft macaroni and cheese. We used to have contests who could swallow more without chewing it.
Oh, okay,
we
good.
used to make it in different varieties. We put different additives in it. Like, we were real into our Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Awesome. Okay. Sounds disgusting, but good for you.
The fact that Juan can't read the directions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I wrote, oh my God, he's adding the cheese and the butter and the milk to the boiling water.
I know. I know. I was like, ooh, that's not
Even the kid is like, no, this is gross. I reject this on every level.
Mm-hmm.
Juan tells the camera, we don't have macaroni and cheese in a box in Colombia.
Right,
welcome to America, Juan.
Yeah, Juan, you just encapsulated probably everything that's wrong with America. You can make everything from a box here, while you in Colombia make it, fresh. With real food.
Yeah. Welcome,
we make
Juan.
it with edible non-food. Welcome to America.
Welcome to America, where our cheese is powder. So Jessica gets home, and Juan he's having a breakdown. He's having a stay-at-home parent breakdown. And he tells the camera, I picture myself as the working man who brings in the money, and I do not feel good about myself. I'm pretty down. I have to give Juan credit. He really is able to articulate how he's feeling.
Mhm. He's
Like,
emotionally mature.
absolutely. I was
Yeah.
really surprised by just how, like, could you imagine Sarper could never say this
No.
level of stuff? Like,
No, he
he
would just
would,
say
but it would
something
feel
angry.
performative.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Juan is like, he tells Jessica, I don't know how to read David, like the baby. I don't know how
Mhm.
to read him.
Mhm.
And Jessica's like, well, when he's crying like this, like he's probably tired. A lot of people don't understand that the way that sleep works with the baby. I can't get into all of this, but I studied sleep a lot because I had two infants at the same
Right.
time. And if a child is overtired, we think the conventional wisdom is you keep a kid up a long time so they'll sleep.
Right
But
now.
that's actually not how it works, because if they get overtired, they won't sleep. They won't
Right.
sleep soundly and peacefully.
Because their anxiety has gotten
Right.
ramped
So
up.
you need to like get them on a sleep schedule. And often,
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, if a baby's crying, it's tired. Period.
Mhm.
So like the baby's crying
And if it's
and
not a diaper or food thing, it's tired.
yep, 100%.
And you can figure out the diaper food part pretty easily.
And Jessica's like, look, I've had a lot of experience here. That's why I know how to read the baby. You'll figure it out. Like,
Mhm.
it'll be fine. She's being very reassuring. And I just wrote, he's being very vulnerable with her. Like, to admit that you don't know how to relate to your baby
Mhm.
is
It's a
vulnerable.
lot. And
Yeah.
he's new at this still.
And he tells her, I am overwhelmed and I'm sad.
Yeah.
And he says, I feel useless here.
Mm.
And Jessica tells the camera, this is the wrong approach. It frustrates me when Juan complains about taking care of the baby. I've been doing it by myself for 6 months. This man was just really vulnerable and sweet with you
Right.
and admitted something that's probably not easy for him to admit as a
Right.
Colombian man.
And you just went, well, fucking walk it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Juan is like, well, I hope we could sleep tonight. You're not
Right.
getting any sleep in this house.
No. No,
Even the
there's no doors
cameraman,
on the bedroom. There's nothing.
even production's like, oh God, can I please go film Mahdi and Stevie?
Can I get out
Please,
of this
can I
screaming
switch
baby
couples
house?
here?
I need to have a moment though to talk about Cow Patty's hair.
Okay.
Cow Patty has, I think maybe she went to a thrift store. I'm not sure where, but
Mm.
Cow Patty found a 1980s crimper.
Oh
And
yeah,
she
she
has
did.
she
Yes, she
has
did.
embraced the crimped
Mm-hmm.
hair lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and I am here to tell you, girl, it is not working for you. It
Yeah.
didn't work for us in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Hair is not supposed to be crimped.
She loves a crimp.
She loves a crimp, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not it wasn't great in '87 when it was cool.
You
It's
are
not
not
great in
Cyndi Lauper.
2025.
How dare you?
Right. No, it's not working for you, girl. I
Well,
was like, "Oh, the hair crimping is strong in this one."
Juan tells the camera he's thinking of the boat
Mm.
and he hopes
Think of
this
how
will
great his life
change.
once
I know.
was.
He was the Isaac of his boat,
I
guys. He
know.
was walking around sticking his dick in everything and drinking drinks.
He was having a great life. And then he
Ugh.
had to bang this girl and get her knocked up, and now he's living in Torrington,
Jesus Christ.
Wyoming.
He's probably like, why did I not use a condom?
Condom.
So
The thing is, though, I do actually think he loves her.
I think he loves her too. And I think he loves his kid, but
Yeah,
like,
this is not the life he wants.
no. Mm-mm.
No.
And I think it would be different if she could move,
Mhm.
but
And
this
she
is
can't.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to go bowling.
Mhm.
And he's apprehensive and
With
he's like,
Majin.
I don't want to hear
Yay.
shit from Majin again. Majin, TM, reality gaze.
Oh, I need her to go away.
Juan tells the camera, when I was on the boat, I go with my friends and have a few drinks, but now I have to drive an hour to go bowling and they don't even let you drink while you're bowling.
What kind of bowling alley is this?
I know we can drink. We're in Pennsylvania, land of the Puritan laws, and
Yeah,
we can drink.
we come from a Quaker people over here,
Mhm.
and we're allowed to have I
Mhm.
mean, you have to go over to the bar to get your drink, but then you bring it to the little area where
Although
you're
I
waiting.
although I want to say when I was young, I don't think you could do that. I think you had to keep them separate.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pennsylvania's loosening up a little bit with that shit.
Pennsylvania is so fucking weird though about
I
our
know.
laws.
I know.
Never forget, we can't buy a car in Pennsylvania on a Sunday.
Yeah, and you can't if you go to the grocery store to buy alcohol, which
Mhm.
finally you can't get like more than certain amount of
192
ounces.
ounces.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I don't know why I know that, but I do.
So they bowl and Majin is starting her shit.
Mhm.
And she's not 100% sure. She's not 100% there yet with trusting Juan. Well, guess what? You
You don't
don't
have to
have
be.
to be.
You never have to be there. He's not your husband.
Juan finally turns to her and says, I am done talking to you about this.
Good. I'm
This is
glad.
between Jessica and me. And
Good.
Jessica, to her credit, defends him.
Mm-hmm.
And is like, yeah, this is between us.
And we're good. So stop.
Majin says, I respect that, but if you hurt her, I will ruin your life.
Oh my God.
Juan tells the camera, is she fucking threatening me?
Yeah, she is.
See, now, Juan, this is your out, buddy. You could be like, I feel scared. I have to go back to the boat. If I were Juan, I would just be waiting for the day I could go back to the boat. Just trying to invent reasons why I need to go back to the boat.
And be like, maybe we could have a long distance relationship. I'll live in Galveston. So we could
just FaceTime me with David once in a while.
It'll be great.
Yeah. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. All right, let's go to the worst couple that ever coupled on 90 Day. The worst throuple that ever throupled.
Oh, Lord. Okay, here we are. Matt, Amani, and Ani, which, by the way, the fact that we have a character in this story named Ani and I have to type my notes means that Grammarly is going fucking crazy because it's Ani and it doesn't agree with the tense.
Yeah.
And it's really messing up with Grammarly and it's bothering me.
Yes. Yes.
So we're leaving the hotel today, which is sad because I love that place. I want to go to that place. They take some lovely Vista selfie. We get a hero shot. They look like they're happy. That doesn't last long.
So they're only on a couple days too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, remember, they still haven't even applied for the K1. They do not belong on this franchise.
No, they should be on before the 90.
But even that, they should be on before the 90, but before the 90 generally is a meeting. They've at least met her, you know, when they picked her up at the strip club and thought they could buy her. Remember that? So they're going back to Tijuana to see Ani's daughter, Antonella. And Ani says she has to work tonight because she has bills to pay. And Amani loses her mind.
Ugh.
Amani
is the worst.
This woman is garbage.
She's trash.
She's awful. She says she's jealous. She doesn't want anyone to look at Ani that way because she's ours. We bought her, God damn it. And she understands that this is how Ani makes money, but I don't like it. Well, then you can pay her bills. Pick one. This is how she makes a living. And you know that because that's where you picked her up.
Yeah.
So now we learn that some other men also give gifts to Ani for her daughter, which I thought was great. Only because it upset Matt and Amani. Not because I think it's actually great, but it made them unhappy and I enjoy that.
Matt Sharp Jr.'s puss was real out of shape. He had a puss on his face.
Matt Sharp Jr. had a real episode this episode. It's not going well for him.
Dad, why did you cast me with these people?
Dad, I thought I'd be in a good story and I look really dumb. And where are the pizza rolls? Ani thinks that it's hilarious that men buy gifts and that Amani's upset. And Amani's just jealous. And she doesn't introduce her daughter to these people, so who cares?
Well, the way that I interpreted this was that it had been in the past.
That's how I interpreted
still
it
happening?
too. I don't know. Even if it is, who cares?
Yeah. Because
these people suck and Ani, you can do better. So now Matt Sharp Jr. can't tell if this is a past or a present situation and that accepting gifts from others makes her appear available. Well, you all are in a polyamorous relationship, and unless you have a line that you are a closed triad, that's the term, she can date other people.
I think they're closed.
I think that Matt and Amani know that they're closed. I don't know if Ani knows that they're closed.
I don't know.
I don't think any of these people have had any real conversations about
I don't think any of these people know what's going on.
No. Other than they just want to bang a lot. Yeah. So now we learned that Antonella, her daughter, doesn't even know about Matt and Amani. Their daughter knows that Ani and their daughter, Matt and Amani's daughters, know that Ani will be family, but not a girlfriend. And so that makes everything different.
Yeah, this is so stupid.
This is so weird. Amani has to ask again if she wants a life with them because her action and her words don't match. And she continues to have more questions. And apparently, Ani's hiding them from her children. And then Matt says, I'm going to divorce my wife for her. Oh, God. So we're on our way to Ani's house, which looks very cute. And we're going to play house there. I'm not really sure what the plan is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either.
But they have an Airbnb as well.
Yeah.
And Matt says that they told their kids that Ani is special and they care about her very much. But apparently, Ani didn't do the same with her children. Now, Ani didn't say, I've never mentioned you. Ani just
No.
said, I haven't told, I don't know, my 7-year-old that I'm in a throuple with the two of you.
Right. She's like, I just didn't explain the intricacies of
Of
our
our
relationship.
relationship, which is appropriate.
It's appropriate. The kid is 7.
Yeah. I mean, when my mother was dating when I was 7 and she was not dating in a polyamorous situation to the best of my knowledge. It was, this is my friend, Dick. Like, my
Friend
mom's
Dick.
friend Dick. Yeah. His name was Dick.
Whoa.
One of her paramours was named Dick. And she'd be like, this is my friend. Actually, she would say, this is my friend, Mr. Kreger, because I was 7 and this is my friend, Mr. Kreger. My friend. There was no details of he takes me to expensive restaurants.
Right.
Or
he puts his P in my V.
Right. I knew none of that. You know why?
Or
Because I
F's
was
me in the
7.
A, like I said before.
This is my mother we're talking about. Thank you very much. I'd like you to say that same phrase about Graham. Go ahead.
No.
There you go. Because we've decided Graham and my mother are the same person. Minus my mother's had travel. Your Graham had
my Graham never left North Scranton.
Your Graham had Bozak.
Never left North Scranton.
Very similar. Yeah, no, I didn't know the intricacies of the relationship again because I was 7. So
yeah, and you shouldn't. Correct.
Matt is worried. He says, I'm really worried. What's going to happen when I bond too much with this child? I don't like it when we talk about children that way. This child.
I know.
So Antonella Renzing gives Matt and Amani hugs. They come bearing gifts. Antonella's adorable. She's missing like half her teeth. She's got cute little ponytails. I'm here for this little kid.
Yeah, she's cute.
She's real cute. And I love little toothless grins out of little kids.
I do too.
And they have met her before and they love watching Ani be a mom. And it makes them feel like they can have this beautiful blended family together. Okay. I don't care about this woman in the least. Ani says she's a very strict parent. And Amani's like, I want you to feel like in our home, you can discipline your child ever you want. I keep going back to the darkness that Jake, we talked about with Jake, that they are just trying to hire a bag nanny here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's really upsetting me.
Yeah.
Because we're also dealing with Ani's children.
I just feel like they don't have good intentions.
No, these are terrible.
These are not good people.
No. Amani says she wants to be respectful of her time with her child and with her working, I guess, which she isn't into, but I understand. So she and Matt leave. Now, hearing that she has to work at the strip club, Amani and her talking heads just digs her hole deeper and deeper, and I'm enjoying it. Hearing she has to work at the strip club makes Amani think like a man. Wow. She needs to step it up, and she won't accept it when she comes to the U.S.
Okay.
Wow. Amani is freaking out about her. She's like, men will look at her and they will touch her. I mean, that's how we met her, but I don't want others doing it.
Yeah, she's like, I understand that could be hypocritical. You think?
You think?
Yeah.
You think? Matt says Antonella's sweet and it was nice to see her in her native environment. I mean, they're talking about these people like they're going to the zoo and watching them through the cage. It's awful.
I know.
And then he says, and Ani really does check a lot of boxes. What? That's a house checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
This is a person.
Yeah.
Do you love her? That's the box she needs to check. It's gross. Matt says that she is a mysterious person with everyone, and there are parts of her that they don't know. Well, yeah, that's because I feel like you've barely spent any time together. That's why you don't know her.
That's just called being a person, dude.
Right. And not all of us are exactly the same with everybody. It's called code switching. We all do it all day, every day.
Yep.
And now Amani feels so guilty about Ani loving her more. And she doesn't know what to say because the longer she waits, the more betrayal she's feeling against Matt. So now we come back. And now Amani pretends that it's hard to tell Matt that Ani loves her more. This girl is like,
I know. And there is let's talk about this for a minute because there is no reason she has to tell him this.
Other than the fact that it was on camera. No, there's no reason.
And the minute it happened, you and I were both like, she's totally going to tell him.
Oh, she's going to weaponize this.
Yeah.
100%, which is exactly what she just did.
And remember what Ani was doing in that moment was like fighting for her survival in a weird situation. I don't think she genuinely means it.
I don't think she genuinely means it either.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think Amani wants out, and this is going to be her way to hit the nuclear
Okay.
button.
Yeah.
Because um, now Matt asks if she wants. Oh, so Amani says Ani loves me more, and Matt asks, "Do you want a separate relationship with her?" And Amani's like, "Well, I mean, when she told me that, it stopped me from crying and being sad, so it worked." Matt isn't sure if she's just saying it to get Matt off her back. He's been with Amani for 10 years, and he knows where he is with her. Okay. None of this is actually jiving with the conversation that was had, by the
Mhm.
way. Matt says Amani should have told her immediately, or should have told him immediately.
Well, it's
Why?
only been like 2 days.
Right.
She's
Actually,
telling you pretty immediately.
yeah. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's been 2 days.
Yeah.
It could have been last night still.
Yeah.
We don't
It's
know.
not like this happened 6 months ago and she's
No,
telling you now.
no. And this is the first time they've been alone.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, except for the breakfast tacos, which I still say looked really good. Why would he move forward with someone who doesn't have feelings for him? That's not what she said at all.
Mm-mm.
She just said, I'm in this more for you than for him. She didn't say, I hate that guy
No.
at all.
No, she wants to bang him. She banged
Yes.
him.
Yes. So now Amani gets to be the victim again, which I think is her
Mhm.
preferred place to be. Matt says he needs to sleep on this and will need some time to himself tomorrow, like for real. And how it feels like the honeymoon is over and they're all in bad shape. And if this doesn't get fixed soon, he'll have to walk away from all of this.
Wow.
And he slams the bedroom door and says, what did I get myself into here?
Mm.
Oh my God. This isn't even a telenovela because these people aren't that good.
No, and this what is this? 5 days? I'm telling you, this is probably done.
I think we're going to get real close. I think we're getting close to this being done, which is a shame because I kind of am enjoying how terrible they are.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
miss if they peace out before the end of the season. I'm going to miss how terrible they are.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the tell all though, because Shekinah is going to come for these people and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Sarper might too.
Sarper might too.
Mhm.
God, can we just get Jasmine in here? She
Ooh,
will.
I wonder
She would use Amani for filth.
I wonder if Joan is gonna speak up at the
She
tell-all.
might, because Joan
She's
has
like a strong, independent woman who we see likes to say things to people's faces.
right, and she
Has
does not
no
give a fuck.
problems. Yeah.
So
So next time on, Greg's mommy wants to have their wedding at a hall,
mhm,
and Greg just wanted something in the backyard.
right,
Whatever.
right. They're all going to
Sean
cook for it. It'll be fine.
Sean and Aaliyah meet his friends and family, and
Hmm.
one of the guys is talking to Sean and is like, "Are you sure you're good for her?" I thought that was pretty interesting.
I think so too.
Ziana asks Sarper if he has a little bit of an anger issue, and he's like, "Yeah, but most men do, don't they?"
No,
No. Mm-mm.
not healthy, man.
Matt and Amani fight on a beach,
I look
and
forward to that.
Mahdi is mad that Stevie hid something from him, and he's totally freaked out. And I think it's that she's bisexual,
I think she's bisexual too. So.
or or he's going to discover that she was bisexual.
Or that she has hooked up with women.
Yeah.
She may have been like many folk, like
Mm-hmm.
in college who's like, "Oh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to try hooking up with a woman,"
Yeah.
and then went, not my thing.
Yeah. But I think that's what we're talking about here.
Mhm. I
And
think it's
because he just doesn't understand how that works,
yeah.
he says something that tipped me off. He said something like, "What if you change your mind about what you want down the road?" or
Yeah.
something like that. So
They're fine though. They'll be fine.
that's it, girl.
That's it. That's
We've
our
reached
90
the
day.
end. Yeah, we've reached the end. We for 52 minutes.
Our correspondent has returned.
Okay. All right. Look at that.
He's been wandering this morning. He can't be contained.
He cannot be controlled.
Leo cannot be controlled.
All right, guys, we're gonna do our animal tracking.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about animal
How dare
tracking.
you?
I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Let me get Yuki
right.
here.
So, for
making
those of
noise.
you who are new, which I don't know why you jump in on episode 10,
Hey,
but hey,
we jumped
welcome.
into maths on episode 14. So
That's true. Welcome. So for those of you who are new, my sister purchased me 2 humpback whales. Their names are Merlin and Tidal. I like one better than the other for reasons we shall not discuss.
because Merlin's a whore and is a two-timing bitch. I'm not afraid to say it.
And so we're gonna track them today, like
Yes,
we do
let's
every
see where they
90
are.
day.
Mhm,
So let's start with Tidal. Okay, let me bring Tidal's stats up here. So, for those of you who are new, Tidal is my baby boy.
Mhm.
He is over 15 meters, Amanda.
Over 50 feet.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let's see where he is today. Oh, I always like when I see him and he's like out in the middle of nowhere, like not near where he was.
Right.
Okay. So, as you remember, last time he was headed right into Queensland and I was nervous that he
Y
was going to beach.
You wanted some BDFs to get there and either throw water on him or push him back in if he beaches. Yes. Mhm.
He is now going he is reversed course
Okay.
and he is heading east.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
Not far enough,
I mean,
but
he's aiming towards Monterey now?
a little bit. See?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Okay.
he's circling back. So that's where
Okay.
he is. Okay.
Okay.
So let's check in on Merlin. Okay.
A two-timing whore.
I still have to love her because a mother still loves their child
Even
no
when their
matter
children
what.
suck.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched enough Lalu. We know that even when children are terrible, our parents still love us.
Yep.
Most of our parents.
So Merlin is not only my baby daughter, somebody else's as well. Not want to talk about it. She is about 15 meters.
Which remains over 50 feet.
Okay, so let's see. I'm zooming out. As we know, Merlin, even though I kind of hate her, is doing the right thing
Oh, she's
and
coming
is
towards you at
really
least.
heading east. I think she's
Good girl.
coming here to make up with me.
Well, she has a
She's
lot
like,
to
I'm
answer for.
estranged from my parent
Right.
and we need to.
Oh, maybe she's in that chat that I keep getting asked. I don't know why. I follow some therapist-y influencer, and
Mhm.
they have a bunch of chats going, and one of them is like kids from estranged from their parents. Maybe Merlin's a member of that group too,
Maybe.
and she's trying to figure
Maybe.
out how to reconcile with you.
If you guys want to look up where Merlin is, there is a small area called Kermadec,
Okay.
Kermadec,
Okay.
Kermadec Islands Marine Reserve. She's
Okay.
right by there. Right by
Okay.
there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
The
So,
fact that she's near a marine reserve makes me feel good 'cause she's probably safe there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe we can I mean, if we can touch down a plane there, we can go.
We could get one of those water planes that they had on Fantasy Island.
Mhm.
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 Yeah, we can. We can get Mark to fly us there in his
Mar
little plane.
He could. I wonder if he knows how to do a water landing. I bet he does.
I don't want to do a JFK Jr. sitch.
No. No. No, we're not doing that because then the podcast would die, and we're not doing that.
All right, Amanda, where is Yuki today?
Okay. So just so we remember, Yuki is a hawksbill turtle
That I bought you
that you bought for me.
because
Um,
children can be bought in.
Bought in this world, yes. So you bought me Yuki. He's a hawksbill turtle. He's just about a meter in
Mm.
length, which is just about 4 feet. He remains in the Dutch Caribbean, Amy, and I'm going to show you. He once again is not far away from where he started.
Yeah, that's true.
He just is
Okay.
really in this area right now.
He's just going in circles.
He really is. He really is. But I mean, when you pull out, that sounds way dirty. I mean, he's so many places. I should take a screenshot of this for the BDF.
Wow.
Like, it's
Wow.
insane.
Wow. Well, I'm sure it won't be long before BDF owns him as well. So just
Probably.
wait for that to happen.
Yeah, if anyone gets
Mhm.
Yuki
Mhm.
as a hawksbill turtle, because a couple people have asked where one can adopt these children from. So I've
Mhm.
shared the
Mhm.
site.
Yeah.
So
Well, maybe we shouldn't be sharing the site. Maybe
maybe.
that's the problem.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
like Merlin, two-time and hoe.
All right, let me tell everybody what is coming up this week. So today is the 21st. Oh, you and I are going away next
We
weekend.
sure are. We sure
Not
are. But not
together,
together. I
separately.
know.
Yeah. So this week you have your tell all part 4 is tomorrow.
Yes.
The Sister Wives free preview is back. That's going to be on Wednesday.
Okay.
As well as Gen X Corner, Beverly Hills 90210, season 1, episodes 2 and 4.
Oh,
I'm very
okay.
excited. That's going to be on your $12 tier, and that's with Becca. And
Becca.
then you have Real Housewives 106
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We're back on the Bayou on Friday.
Yep.
And I did a real talk with Jenny about her career trajectory,
Cool.
and
I
that
can't
will
wait to
be
hear
on
that.
Friday as well. And then you and I, nope, not you and I, Rebecca Sebastian from Criminality and
Yes.
I are talking Long Island serial killer.
Whoop whoop.
That's on Saturday with Love After Lockup. So there you go.
It'll be a big week.
It's a full week. It's a full week. And don't forget, guys, today is April 21st. You have another week left to take advantage of the 70% off your first month of Patreon
Ah, yes.
to
Yes.
celebrate 2 years of LMR.
Yay.
LMR. Okay, anything else? I'm tired.
No, I think that's it. I think we've got it all.
I need to go to therapy.
Okay, go to therapy.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.